Look at the smoke.
Gente, parece disco voador.
A flash of light pierced the dense Amazon rainforest, crashing straight down before vanishing without a trace. What unfolded next has left witnesses stunned. And now you're about to see some of the most jaw-dropping UFO footage ever recorded. Let's start. A recovered clip reportedly filmed during a geological survey flight in 1987 appears to show a perfectly round, dark object deep in the Amazon rainforest, captured through an airplane window. The crew stated that they observed a flash of light and what they believed was a large object rising from the treetops, after which the plane's instruments malfunctioned and the footage cut to static. When a team later visited the reported coordinates, they described finding a circular clearing with scorched trees and no visible debris. What was that object? An alien craft, or some kind of technology we still don't understand? And why, even now, has no vegetation ever grown back in that spot? Also, deep in the Amazon, a Brazilian pilot on a routine flight suddenly spotted something unusual. In the middle of the vast green canopy, an oval-shaped mirror-bright object lay motionless in a forest clearing. Its reflection was so strong it momentarily blinded the cockpit, like a bright light shining upward. Just a single metallic object resting quietly in one of the most remote places on Earth. Then, within seconds, the object disappeared without warning or any visible cause. When the footage appeared online, many viewers expressed surprise and curiosity. Some suggested it might be hidden or cloaked, while others wondered if advanced technology was involved. If you were the pilot and that reflection blinded your cockpit, would you turn back or keep flying? Comment and chat with me. Deep inside the dense, humid Amazon rainforest, a man unexpectedly captured footage that fascinated many online. While walking along a narrow trail covered in decaying leaves, he paused when he saw a dark metallic orb hovering in midair. It was perfectly round, like a sphere of metal slowly drifting between the trees, without making a sound. There was no wind, no birds, just complete silence. He quickly lifted his camera, trying to keep his hands steady, but the cold reflection on the orb's surface made him feel as if something was watching back. Within seconds, the object glided away and vanished into the jungle, leaving no trace. That moment gave viewers chills. Was it simply an unidentified flying object, or something else passing silently by? Next came haunting footage said to show a family fishing near the Amazon River, who allegedly captured a massive unidentified craft, tilted at the forest's edge, with thin smoke rising from its dark surface.
What is that? Meu Deus.
Look at the smoke.
Gente, parece disco.
As they appeared to approach, its scale seemed immense, several times larger than a bus, silent and black like burnt steel, accompanied by heavy breathing and rustling leaves before the footage abruptly cut out. Hours later, the video reportedly disappeared from the internet, and the fate of the family and the object remains unknown. One thing is clear, there is still much we do not understand about the sky above us, and some believe this footage shows something never fully explained. Then, in just a few split seconds, a mysterious object shot past the window of a commercial plane, so fast the human eye could barely register it. When zoomed in, letters appeared on its side, TRUF. It is unclear whether this was a code, random marking, or something else. The clip went viral, with viewers divided. Some considered it evidence of an unidentified object, while others remained skeptical. Analysts noted the object's movement did not match any known aircraft. Aviation experts pointed out that the object's speed would typically cause a sonic boom if it were a conventional aircraft, yet passengers reported no sound. The letters have inspired various theories, from possible communication attempts to secret project codes. In January 2025, social media reacted strongly to reports of an object crash in Glasgow, Scotland. New footage showed a metallic rim where the object struck the ground. Comments included various theories, some suggesting a government cover-up. The crash site has been sealed off for months with no official explanation or media updates. Access is restricted and no statements have been made. Questions remain about what fell from the sky over Scotland, whether it was a lost satellite or an unknown object. Residents reported electromagnetic disturbances after the incident, such as flickering streetlights, car alarms activating randomly, and some electronic devices failing. The lack of official information has led to ongoing public curiosity and speculation. During a regular training flight, an F-35 fighter jet pilot recorded an unusual object. Outside the cockpit, a glowing capsule-shaped object, resembling a large Tic-Tac, appeared floating at the same altitude, moving slowly beside the jet. The pilot kept the camera steady as the object drifted closer. Suddenly it shot straight upward at high speed and vanished quickly. There were no radar anomalies or radio signals detected, only the sound of the pilot's breathing and the open sky. The footage spread rapidly on social media, sparking debate. Some suggested it might be alien technology, while others thought it could be part of a classified military project. Whatever the explanation, many agreed the object's movement was unlike anything usually seen. If you were in the cockpit, would you have dared to look directly at it? The scene was captured on a calm night near the border between Brazil and Uruguay, close to the rural area of Santa Victoria de Palmar. A single light appeared in the dark sky, floating quietly without sound. Then, suddenly, it split into two parts, each moving in a different direction. Both lights traveled at the same steady speed, side by side through the clouds, as if guided by something unseen. The person filming said they were recording the small town below when they noticed the object dividing above. The clip quickly spread across South America, with many UFO researchers calling it the energy split phenomenon, a rare moment captured with stunning clarity. Some scientists suggested it could be a plasma effect in the ionosphere, while others see it as unexplained aerial activity. The footage ends with a metallic orb hovering quietly in midair, slow, steady, and perfectly still. Some viewers believe it could be evidence of an extraterrestrial encounter, though this has not been verified. According to publicly available reports, the clip was filmed in Mexico on December 13, 2020, when a strange glowing sphere appeared in the sky before vanishing into the jungle canopy. Its origin remains unknown, and while there were reports of restricted access in the area shortly after the sighting, no official explanation was provided. In the dark woods, a tall, thin figure with glowing eyes was reportedly captured on camera, standing still with an elongated metallic appearance. The person filming stated there was no wind, movement, or anyone else present. When they returned the next morning, no visible traces remained, including footprints or damage. Some paranormal researchers have speculated that the figure could represent a brief, unexplained phenomenon, though no scientific explanation has been confirmed. Next came a video that sparked attention on Romanian social media. A driver recorded a strange object appearing in the middle of an empty road. He said that seconds before he hit record, there was nothing in sight until the object suddenly appeared, suspended in midair. He moved the camera around to show it wasn't staged. The surprising part came when he reviewed the footage. The object had already moved before he started filming, as if aware it was being recorded. It was a brief moment, but it seemed unusual. The driver later reported that his car's electronics acted strangely during the encounter. The radio changed stations unexpectedly, the GPS showed unusual coordinates, and his phone's battery drained rapidly from 80% to 0 within minutes. Such electromagnetic effects are often reported in unexplained aerial sightings, adding interest to his story. A large metallic object hovered silently above a Walmart parking lot. Soft blue lights glowed along both sides of the object, reflecting off the cars below. The craft remained perfectly still throughout the clip, showing no shaking, sound, vibration, or visible signs of editing. The video gained millions of views within hours. Some called it a hoax, while others found it unexplained. Based on the cars, Experts estimated the object to be roughly 200 feet in diameter, larger than most commercial aircraft, yet it hovered steadily without any visible means of propulsion. But one case that attracted worldwide attention happened in 2008. The Turkish UFO video continues to spark debate among researchers. In the night sky, a large glowing craft moved slowly and smoothly, gliding across the atmosphere. Its outline was clear enough to see some of its outer structure. Experts who analyzed the footage found it authentic, with no signs of digital manipulation. If accurate, the video raises questions about its origin. Is it a human-made aircraft, or something unexplained? On September 24, 2025, a man filming from his New York City apartment reportedly recorded a distant glowing object that appeared to hover silently as smaller lights seemed to drop from beneath it. The footage, clear enough to show the shapes, left viewers puzzled and sparked online debate as people replayed the short clip in search of overlooked details. A photo from Mars taken on April 19, 2022, quickly drew attention online. Captured by engineers involved in the Mars Sample Return program. It showed debris on the surface that some initially speculated could be alien in origin. The image spread widely on social media, sparking discussion about possible unidentified objects. Researchers later clarified that the material was the lander's aeroshell, a protective heat shield sent from Earth, not extraterrestrial debris. The reaction highlighted how quickly a single image can fuel curiosity and speculation before scientific explanations emerge. A hiker reportedly stumbled upon a strange metallic object lying on the ground. As he leaned closer to inspect it, his camera appeared to capture movement in the distance. A pale human-like figure with smooth skin and large dark eyes was seen standing motionless before slowly stepping backward into the shadows and disappearing. No sound or physical evidence was found afterward, leaving only the footage, the hiker's reaction, and unanswered questions about what may have been observed. No one expected a quiet town like Snowflake, Arizona to become the focus of a widely viewed video. In the stillness of the pine forest, a bright metallic object hovered motionless in the air, not touching the ground. It floated slowly while the surrounding trees remained still. The reflection on its steel-like surface made the scene appear surreal. Then, suddenly, the footage stopped abruptly, no sound or fade, just a black screen. This left viewers wondering where the object went and what it was. What makes the Snowflake incident notable is the sudden end to the recording. Digital forensics experts who analyzed the file found no evidence of editing or corruption. The footage simply cuts off mid-frame, as if something interfered with the device. Residents also reported power outages that evening, though the utility company found no clear cause. In White Sands, New Mexico, a glowing, unidentified flying object streaked across the sky before descending rapidly into the desert. A cloud of dust rose, and debris scattered around. The person filming reacted in surprise. The clip lasted only a few seconds but quickly gained global attention. Some wondered if it was a failed weapons test or something else. White Sands is known as a testing ground for experimental aircraft, but nothing in the military's known arsenal matches the flight pattern seen in this footage. The object's descent appeared too controlled to be a typical crash, but too irregular to be a planned landing, suggesting the craft might have been struggling to stay steady before impact. This footage was filmed in broad daylight over Curitiba, Brazil. In the clear blue sky, a large disc-shaped object hovered motionless above the city. It made no sound, showed no jet stream, and had no visible wings or engines. The object stayed for several seconds, then slowly drifted away and disappeared into the clouds. The video was very clear, leading some viewers to say that if it was fake, the technology behind it would be more advanced than typical Hollywood effects. If real, the craft does not resemble any known human-made object. What makes this sighting notable is that it happened during rush hour, with many potential witnesses on the ground. Despite the busy urban setting, only one person managed to capture clear footage. This raises questions about whether these objects have selective visibility or if most people simply didn't notice at the right moment. In Canada, multiple witnesses reported seeing a long silver cylinder-shaped object floating silently in the sky. It appeared to remain still briefly before gliding smoothly, prompting people to record the sighting while searching for an explanation. Some speculated it could have been an experimental drone, though its apparent stability and lack of sound did not resemble familiar aircraft. Moments later, the object was no longer visible, with no clear indication of where it went. The sighting sparked debate about whether it could have been undisclosed technology or an unexplained aerial phenomenon. It was supposed to be a quiet evening when the sky suddenly appeared silver as a large V-shaped craft drifted silently above the town. It had no wings or propellers and made no sound. It moved smoothly and precisely, almost as if unaffected by gravity. Witnesses were stunned. Some suggested it could be a top-secret military project. Others felt that given its size and shape, it might not be man-made. The V-shaped craft sighting is notable because similar objects have been reported across multiple continents over the past decade. The consistent descriptions from witnesses suggest either a coordinated military operation or an unexplained phenomenon. Then came an event reported in the Dominican Republic. Residents said they witnessed a large metallic object descending from the sky. When some reached the area, they described seeing smoke rising from a partially buried object, with small flames visible inside. Its surface was said to appear rough, with warped seams that some interpreted as hand-assembled. The scene led many to speculate that they had witnessed an unidentified object crash. When authorities later arrived, access to the area was reportedly restricted, and recordings were said to have been collected, though no official explanation was released. That night, some observers claimed the sky above the site glowed faintly before the reports abruptly ended. In Paruna, Brazil, locals discovered perfectly carved circular patterns on ancient rock surfaces. The cuts are so smooth that even modern tools would find them difficult to replicate. The circles are evenly spaced and symmetrically aligned, resembling potential landing marks. When the images went viral, scientists conducted investigations but could not determine how such precision formed naturally. Some independent researchers described them as ancient energy coordinates. Others interested in unidentified phenomena suggested they might indicate an ancient landing site. A video reportedly filmed in a forest in the Netherlands appears to show a strange object hovering silently in midair. At first it seems to remain completely still before a bright beam of light appears to shine downward from its center. Moments later, a glowing white orb is seen moving upward into the beam, which then retracts. The object then flashes brightly and rapidly leaves the frame. The area was later searched, but no unusual evidence was reported, leaving the incident unexplained. People across the city discussed reports of a large triangular object seen in the night sky. Witnesses described unusual lights on its underside, as it appeared to hover silently over New York, before moving smoothly and disappearing from view. No clear explanation was identified, and no official statement was released at the time. The sighting sparked online debate, with some speculating about its origin, while others suggested it may have been an unidentified but conventional aerial phenomenon. One quiet night in Houston, a man sitting by his window reported seeing several lights drifting across the sky. At first they appeared ordinary, but their synchronized movement caught his attention, prompting him to film and upload the video online. The post was later removed or became unavailable, though the reason was unclear. The footage sparked curiosity, with the filmer stating he had never seen anything like it. In a quiet stretch of desert in Saudi Arabia, a mysterious video began spreading online. It showed an odd object floating far off in the distance, staying still for a moment before shifting slightly. Some who watched it were quick to say it looked like a UFO, maybe even proof of alien presence. Others guessed it was something man-made, perhaps a secret test vehicle. People couldn't settle on a single explanation, but the short video sparked non-stop curiosity, with everyone watching it again and again, hoping to uncover what they had actually witnessed. During a routine check of a live feed from the International Space Station, observers noticed something unusual drifting near the edge of the frame. It did not immediately resemble common space debris or a satellite, based on its smooth movement. The object appeared long and cylindrical as it passed through view, then disappeared before a clear identification could be made, leaving viewers uncertain about what had been seen. In 1969, astronauts orbiting the far side of the Moon reported hearing unusual whistling sounds while temporarily out of contact with Earth. They described the noise as resembling music, an audio phenomenon that later drew interest from space enthusiasts. NASA has since released recordings of the transmission, allowing the public to hear what the crew reported at the time. The sounds have been widely attributed to radio interference between spacecraft systems, though they continue to be remembered as an unusual moment in early spaceflight history, and a reminder of how much there was still to learn during that era. People in Oak Cliff, Texas, reported seeing a bright circular object high above the city. Witnesses said it appeared to remain stationary for several minutes while projecting a focused beam of light toward the ground. The glow was described as steady rather than flickering, prompting many to record the scene and speculate about its source. Some suggested it resembled a searchlight, though its movement did not clearly match familiar aircraft. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments, because whatever lies hidden in the Amazon jungle may not be from this world. Subscribe for more unbelievable UFO encounters being uncovered across the planet.